Let's let's go live. Good morning, Giants. Wake up, Giants. Time to rise up. Time to get up. Get your coffee, get your caffeine, get plugged
Gummy
in,
vitamins.
get your gummy vitamins. I took mine in pill form today, Juice Plus.
Isn't that the most amazing thing that you're able to do that in this world?
There is no way that I could eat that many vegetables or fruits. There's not. Oh man.
Yeah.
Even if
You
I
know,
had a garden, I wouldn't eat that much.
no,
uh,
I just
you
had
just
this picture of you just like, it's
I'd
like,
have to eat all day to get what I get in just one capsule. Dude, I'd eat literally every meal like 10 fruits and vegetables.
hmm,
This sounds like an ad.
could be.
the, the truth is that I throw my tomatoes on the like they just rot on the ground. They go in my fridge, but then they get a little moldy.
They go bad.
They go bad.
Don't go bad, kids.
Well, good morning, dude.
Yes. What are we chatting about today?
We're going to chat about today, just one day, one day. Like there's a meditation that I do that talks about astronauts and how when they get into space, they see the overview of the entire world, and they're able to get above everything. And what they've noticed up there is it's almost a spiritual experience because they rise above all of the boundaries, all of the political divisions, all of everything that we think we need as humans. None of it exists up there. All it is this bubble, this like very fragile bubble floating through the universe at millions of miles an hour, and we're all on it. Like the truth is, we're all on that bubble. And so I want to talk about kind of the giant's perspective of rising above your life and really looking at it from above the clouds, from above the atmosphere, and why that's important. And so
You just broke a lot of flat earthers' hearts.
yeah, I mean, there's clouds. Rise above on the flat Earth cloud. See it from above. Maybe not a sphere for them,
Yeah.
more like a frisbee.
You did say
I
that it
don't
was
know.
kind of like a bubble, so they all believe it's kind of like the Truman Show anyway. So,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's a flat bubble. I've
so
seen
how
those.
a flat bubble? How do how do you do that? How do you rise up and kind of see it at a different perspective?
Well, for one, is to get really conscious about what you want in your life, and so I think what happens is we get so into our routines and behaviors that we don't pause enough to really slow down and take a look. We're just in motion. And I think there's a lot of things distracting us. I was watching The Social Dilemma last night on Facebook or on Netflix.
Hmm.
And wow, that's eye opening about how Google, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, all these websites created a system that is addictive, intentionally addictive and manipulative to get you to take actions so that you stay off your own course and you go on their course. And so I think pausing with your distractions. I definitely have my phone constantly in front of me, like checking, and I know it, but I still like get sucked in, and then I'm not conscious about my life. And so I think you really have to slow down and put that stuff aside for a minute and really dive in and think, and that can be a challenge.
It could be scary.
Yeah.
Hear your thoughts, maybe. Hmm.
Yeah, hear your thoughts, be with your thoughts for a minute, really get clear on where you're going as far as an intention.
Yeah.
I think to simplify it, just today, right? How could you rise above today? Don't think about the bigger picture yet, but as of today, what do you want to create just today? And if that's too much, what do you want to create in the next hour? Or if that's too much, what do you want your intention to be for the next moment? Like if you were intentional about your direction, what would that look like? And that's rising above. What do you think?
I think that there's a giant that's pretty good at that. There's a there's a guy whose name is Zach Ricketts.
Oh yeah.
And old Zach Ricketts, he gets up every day. I think we're on day 70 something, and he posts on Get Fit with Giants, and I mean, just consistent every day. And he gets up, and he'll work out, and he'll reflect on his day, what's happening, pause for a moment, meditate. Some days he does boxing, so he gets punched in the face.
Nice kick to the face. Nice punch to the face.
But I think it's sometimes could be no more complicated than just, deciding what you want to do that day, and yeah, try to make a plan. And if you don't have a plan, any goal or any direction will do, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the cat in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Well, where do you want to go? I don't particularly know. Well, then any path will do. Any path will get you there.
Winning.
Some days, you know what though? Some days I am just on any path. Like there is no direction.
Yeah.
But if you could be more intentional than not, more days than not, then you're going to get to where you want to go. I mean, the threshold for this for success is pretty broad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about engineering terms where they talk about the thresholds of, the tolerances, right? Like this beam can work within these tolerances. As long as it stays within that, we're good. But as soon as it goes outside of it, this thing's going to break. It's going to fall down. Not going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the tolerance for success is so broad. I mean, just naturally speaking, the law of evolution, the law of tolerances. I mean, go to Walmart. You'll see that the laws for success are pretty broad. That's not fair. Maybe that's not fair to say.
There's a wide variety. That's yeah. You can see the broadness in a Walmart.
Well, the idea here is that purpose, right? Purpose is your aim or your goal. And that's what it means. That's what purpose means. You go back to what these were defined as originally, all these words that we use today. We use them a certain way and we have a definition for them, but we don't really have a definition. We just use them. Oh, I have a purpose. Well, do you know what that means? No, not really. It's just a cool word that everybody's saying. Oh, I got one of those.
Purpose.
You sure you don't have a porpoise? Because I know people that have porpoises. We're like the Tiger King, the Purpose King. I got all kinds of purposes. It's really your intention, right? Your goal of what you want to create. And an intention is a thing that you're stretching towards, like tendon. It comes from that word tendon, to stretch toward. And so if you have a purpose, something you're aiming toward, a goal, and you're stretching toward it, well, likely over time you're going to get it, unless you stop stretching.
Don't stop stretching.
The way you stop stretching is to get into the routines and rituals that are distracting. Checking Facebook is like an addiction. Like, holy crap, dude. I feel like,
dang you, Facebook.
It's like caffeine for me. Like what's going on? So, but what that does is it keeps me from really focusing on the behaviors that would get me to my goal. Like if I were to stretch a little bit today towards this thing, I would likely get it. And so taking a giant's view, that overlook, means just pausing on the distractions for a minute and getting really clear, not just clear on what you want to create, what your purpose is, but to actually do something toward it today, just today. You don't have to do it tomorrow. Just worry about today. You can't live tomorrow. It's just not physically possible. It's not. You can't even live most of today. You can't even live an hour from now because it's not physically possible yet. Like you have a moment. I'm on a box here. Dude,
No,
I'm,
this
hold on,
is
let me get off. I would stand up.
you do it.
If I worry about standing up because sometimes I do these in my underwear. I'm like, yeah, did I remember today to put some clothes on? Yeah, today I did.
Today I did. Have a Giants overview.
What do you think, man? What's coming up?
Yeah, a lot of intention, a lot of planning, preparation, a lot of personal inventory. You know, see where you want to go. I mean, you start getting the more intentional I think that somebody gets, and um, the more defined that their goals are. I think that you know the higher the odds and likelihood of them hitting those, and with the accuracy of the specified goal are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think those are big words. It was awesome.
For an early morning Ryan,
Yeah,
he did all right
you
there.
did good, man. You hit that.
Graduated from Murray High. Go Spartans.
Go Spartans. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, like the for me, it's when I write my goals down, when I take personal inventory of where I'm at in my life, then I know where to adjust, and where I've screwed up, or where I can get better, and then I write down, look, this is where I want to be. Okay,
Yeah,
now what are the steps to get there? And I try to fill them in as much as possible. But then you go after those with intent, and I think that the universe kind of takes over, and a bunch of stuff fills in all the messiness in between.
it does.
Yeah,
That's the threshold of success. The tolerances, like it
yeah,
fills in the gaps. All you got to do is a little bit. It's not saying you got to do it all. It's like you do this, and I got everything else ready to go for you. It's like okay, I love Mickey's mustard seeds, right? He
yeah,
talks
Mickey.
about the mustard seed. Well, it's not like the mustard seed has to go out and create all the nutrients and all the minerals and all the water for it to grow. All it has to do is be a mustard seed and take those things in as they come, right? And then it grows into this huge tree out of this tiny, tiny seed. And it didn't have to create the oxygen in the air, the carbon dioxide in the air, or the minerals in the earth, or any of that. The sunlight. It didn't even have to put the sun in the right place. All it had to do was show up. And the challenge is that some of us don't even show up, right?
Start showing up, people.
like,
We see your
like,
giant potential. It's in there.
like this reminder list that you can't even see it because of the glow, but I have this reminder list. And so if you're gonna, if you're gonna use technology, use it. Definitely enjoy it. Go on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, all of these apps, right? But there's some apps, not but and there are some apps. How about that? So include it. That will pop up the same way, that trigger the same responses in you, but remind you, oh yeah, do this, right? And you get one thing done. So I set up a checklist of things I want to get done during the day. This is a simple way to do it. Now I have a buddy, Grant Thompson, who passed away, who used to do that. He would write down a checklist, and then he couldn't get other things done until that checkbox was checked. Like he would just
I like
hold
that
that, it
discipline.
would be in front of him constantly, and he'd know, oh, this thing's grinding on me. I want this off of my list, but it would get done. And that's what the universe is about: is get some stuff done, and then I'll fill in the gaps. You don't have to create the sunlight, the minerals, and the nutrients. Like that's already there. All you have to do is be planted, keep showing up every day, make some effort. All I'm asking is for one shoot, one root, and I'll fill in the rest if you'll just put that root out there. And our challenges were like, I wonder what happened on TikTok today. Right? Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
And then
TikTok
now you
dancing.
feel numb, dude. And I feel that it's like the mind just shuts off, and it's like 10 hours goes by and you're like, wow, my whole day's gone.
Yeah.
And all the universe is asking for is like, give me 20 minutes. focused attention. That's it. That'd be good enough. I'll take that and I'll fill in the gaps.
It's a lot you can get done in 20 minutes.
Yeah. There's a lot you can get done when you start creating a little checklist for yourself. I want to accomplish one thing today, this, and then check it off. Like, don't just have it be the list where it's out in front of you and you've written it and you've done nothing. Like, check that thing off. All right, done. Click.
I agree. I do that a lot.
Yeah, I know you do. I know we both have these lists that we check off. Tonight we're going to meet and get a Giants overview of our companies. And we're going to redirect our attention back to the thing that we want to create, our purpose, right? Our purpose is to create this giant program to get these books delivered. And so creating that checklist, take gummy vitamins, check that off. You did it. Done.
I felt good. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, no, you're done for the day. That's it. That's all we needed to do. Mic drop.
All right, I'm back.
Our two viewers are like, wow, this is.
I got up for this.
I got up for this. This is powerful. That's it. I mean, we're running on 16 minutes here. What other thoughts? Any other thoughts around this?
Don't make it a giant day. Just be intentional. Give yourself like a giant overview in your life. See where you're running short, and then make some changes and adjust and rise again tomorrow. Do it again.
Yeah. Do one thing today.
Yeah.
One thing. Get out of bed. Make your bed. Go to work.
We talked about that. Go watch the Giant show from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Except for when I cried.
That's not bad. It's good to cry. It's good to cry. Okay, guys. We appreciate you. Make sure you're grabbing the book. Make sure you're sharing it. Make sure you're taking your vitamins.
Please do.
And be giant. We'll see you in the next show. Take care. Have a good day.
See you guys.